And we're going to start with Canada's least acknowledged team, the Ottawa Senators. Adam, with your arrivals and departures, let us know how the Ottawa Senators have grown.
Well, our key departures for the Ottawa Senators are Connor Brown, Matt Murray, Philip Gustafson, Colin White, Chris Tierney, Adam Gaudette, Tyler Ennis. They blew it up, folks. They blew it up. I like Tyler Ennis, by the way. And then coming in, they've got some really nice moves that they made during the offseason, much like Calgary, and bringing in Claude Giroux, Alex DeBrincat, Cam Talbot. Those are some pretty big ones.
Yeah. So the Ottawa Senators had a huge shift. Their owner passed away, I think, last season, at the end of last season, wasn't it? Like middle, maybe?
Mid.
Yeah. He passed away. And for the first time in a long time, this organization kind of seems like they were willing to go for something and make some moves here. They have some young forwards in Brady Tkachuk and Stützle. They brought in, like you said, a veteran leader in Giroux. What do we feel? How are we feeling about the Ottawa Senators right now? Is this a team that is on the rise? Also, let's not forget DeBrincat. Yeah. So is this a team that's on the rise? Should we expect this team to really have taken huge steps this year, or is it still going to be a learning curve for these guys?
Well, I think they're going to be on the upside of a learning curve for me. They've always been exciting to watch, with the arrivals of Tkachuk, Stützle, Norris, Batherson, Chabot. Like they're an exciting team to watch.
Yeah, and they'll be even more deadly offensively with the additions of DeBrincat. DeBrincat's huge, right? 40 goal scorer, and then Claude Giroux will add some more offensive punch to that top six as well. So yeah, I think they're going to do better. I think actually they'll push. Well, wait, are you wanting us to actually give our predictions?
You can say it now. You can say it whenever. Really.
They'll push for a playoff spot. I don't think they're going to quite get there though. I think this team is still weak on defense. Chabot's a stud. They have some other young guys that will continue to develop and improve that defense, but it takes longer for defensemen to develop into studs, and so I don't think they're going to be there quite yet. And then Cam Talbot's injured to start the season, which doesn't help them as well. So I think they're going to fall a bit short, but they'll make it exciting.
It's interesting you bring up Talbot, because if you recall, he was not going to be traded. He was going to be part of a tandem with Marc-Andre Fleury. Ottawa had really kind of, once they'd moved Matt Murray, had kind of settled that Forsberg was going to be their guy, and he had a pretty good season with them last year, actually good numbers, anyways. And bringing a tandem that looked actually a lot more steady for this group, but already they're kind of dealing with some uncertainty there. So without him in there is a little bit of question marks around this team. But why should people have expectations that this team is moving forward? And at the same time, what does a successful season look like for these guys? Wow.
I'm waiting for someone else to talk.
I was waiting for Sanjay.
Just murdered it. Yeah. Sanjay does this thing where he opens his mouth but doesn't speak. Where he's like,
he's so mad. He's so mad that Tkachuk.
I don't watch the Senators. I have no opinion.
Brady Tkachuk's the Flames' #1 fan. Didn't you see the first round of the playoffs last year? He's a good guy.
True. You're not wrong. You definitely.
Yeah. I think with Ottawa, what defines a good season? I think pushing and being competitive for the whole season. It's easy to win games when you're already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Well, it's not easy, but it's easier because there's no pressure on you, right? Like, who cares? You win. So if they can do that through the whole year, can Talbot carry the load as a #1 goalie? We'll see. He hasn't done it for a while. And will they make the playoffs? I'm with Pilat. I think just on the outside, no, just because their division is so tough.
I think the Sens fans have to temper their expectations. So I can't tell you how many tweets I saw from Senators fans saying that their offense is now better than the Leafs. And
that's just sibling rivalry, right?
They're going to beat the Leafs in the playoffs and all this types of stuff. I think they just need to temper expectations a bit. Like, I saw some projections, like Stützle is going to put up like 95 points this year. I think he had like 63 last year or something close to that. He's a great player, but like, he's still super young. And so, to expect him just to like jump up in that kind of point production that quickly, it's maybe not reasonable. He has the talent to do it, but I mean, it might take him a few years to get to that point per game and over production. They have a lot of young players, and like Baron said, there's going to be a learning curve for a lot of these guys, especially on their defense. Like there's guys talking about Jake Sanderson coming in and becoming like a number one defenseman right off the bat. Like he hasn't played one NHL game yet, and you guys are already talking about him like he's going to win the Norris. Like you need to temper those expectations a bit. I'm glad you're excited. It's been a long time since Ottawa Senators fans have been able to be excited about anything, so that's great. And it'd be great for there to be a battle of Ontario again. It's been a long time, but I think that time's still coming in the future to come, not now.
This team often reminds me of the Oilers' Hope days, where it's like we have Hall, Everly, Nuge. This team is a team on the rise, and then
before that, you remember Cogliano, Gagne, and Gilbert.
The future is here, like
Yakupov.
And I'm not saying that they won't get there. I just feel like that pressure that now it's time to go is being said a lot, and I don't know that it is time.
It's tough.
That doesn't help the GM keeps saying every year, "Oh, the rebuild's over. We're a playoff team now." Like this is the second year in a row he said it. It's why put that pressure on these young guys? Like you don't have to say that.
No,
I mean, what do you want him to say? We're not going to make the playoffs.
Just we're going to be an exciting team that's going to grow and we're excited for our future. Like you don't have to say the rebuild's over.
I need our sponsors to cancel their boxes because we're not good, you guys.
You
don't spend money on this.
We'll give you your money back.
Please leave. Yeah. No, but like you kind of give your prediction here, Ryan, but where do the other two stand on this? Is this a playoff team this year, or is this just another taking a step, or is this a step back?
Well,
no, they're not making playoffs.
I think they're fringe. I think they're fringe. I think I think they can be there.
I think it'll come down to Boston, how they can handle the beginning of the season with all those injuries they have.
Right.
I think if they're going to beat out anyone in the Atlantic, it'll be Boston. But I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening. You look at Boston's roster and Ottawa's.
Well, I know it's just Marchand's out till December, McAvoy's out till December, Grizzlick's out till November, Taylor Hall's out week.
You have that memorized, eh? A true Leafs fan. He's like,
yeah.
all right. When you have doll, he's gonna
have a voodoo doll and you're
stabbing
stabbing it all the time. You have to keep.
I just rejoice every time I saw those injuries. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's
putting banana peels at their gym so they slip on it.
you make this point, but even the Athletic had the forward grade of the Ottawa Senators is like a C+. Like, yeah, they're good, but they're not amazing.
They don't have the elite talent. Yeah. Like DeBrincat, I would argue, could be considered elite, but we'll have to see how he does playing away from Patrick Kane.
That's exactly it.
Drake Batherson was point per game player last year, but that was only for half the season, right? So can he do that over the 82 games? I mean, they have Norris scored like over 30 goals, I think. So, I mean, they have some studs there, but they're not quite at that elite level yet. And I think some of them can get there, but you just need patience and time.